Hey, this is Steve from Stallone's Pro Wash. We're on our first job of the morning. We have 4 to do today. Today is a pretty large sized driveway, but we got Aiden here on the surface cleaner. He's got the 24-inch ground force. We started off over here. You can see this has a lot of mold in the corners. Although we're not doing a house wash, I told the customer to get that cleaned up for him. We're gonna come back and just hit these borders here with the turbo nozzle. Then we have Tyler over there on the other side. He's got a 19-inch Whisper Off Classic, a little smaller machine, but we should be able to get this driveway knocked out in about 20 minutes. Then what we're gonna do is post-treat the driveway to make sure it's clean. I've actually seen a lot of comments recently about there being lines on the driveway after you get done surface cleaning. A lot of the comments are gonna say that you're going too fast. Going fast makes swirl marks. So if you're going real fast, you'll notice a swirl mark behind your surface cleaner. If you're noticing 2 straight clean lines, that doesn't mean that you're going too fast. It's the process of how the surface cleaner is actually cleaning the concrete, and it's the mold that's being left behind inside of the concrete. So I'm gonna give you an example here. We just cleaned this. You could see all those lines in there, right? And we're going slow. We got an 8-gallon a minute machine on a 24-inch ground force. I've already passed over this twice just to see if the lines would go away. They're not going away. Now you can do different methods. Guys are gonna tell you, oh, you gotta do circles. Oh, you gotta go back and forth and go over it twice. You don't have to do that. Go up and down the driveway at a steady pace. The lines are gonna be there, but it's all about the post-treatment. If you have a soft wash system, you wanna hit it with at least 2 to 3% with a quick light mist, and that stuff is just gonna disappear, especially in the sun. When you first put it on, it might look like there's still some faint lines on there, but as soon as it dries up, those lines are gonna disappear and they're gonna stay gone. I'm gonna show you what this driveway looks like after we get done post-treating and before we rinse. You'll see the lines and then you'll see them all disappear. All right, we just got done surface cleaning the driveway. I'm gonna show you the difference of what it looks like of just regular lines and what it looks like to go slow. So as you can see, we're rinsing here. You can see those lines. We got all these lines here. Now you could sit there and take 2.5 hours on this driveway with a surface cleaner and do circles and back and forth and sit here for all day to do this driveway. Right now it is 8:25 and we got here at 8 and we're just about wrapping up. If you want to do this professionally, you got to have a soft wash system to apply the detergent to kill that mold inside the concrete. So this is an example of what it looks like to go too fast. I'll show you the difference. Now you see how there's swirls? There's a lot of swirl marks here. There's still some black mold in there. Now that's what happens when you go too fast. But over here with these tan lines, that's gonna be there. If you want to do this professionally, you can't sit there and try to get all those little tan lines out. You got to let the detergent do the work. We are knocking out these driveways in 30 to 40 minutes. We get 5 or 6 done a day. We got three people on the crew today, 2 surface cleaners. When the other person is just about done with their surface cleaning, now we got 2 people rinsing. We rinse all the way to the curb. Another thing, when you're rinsing all that debris that's down there, you want to push as much debris into the grass. So as you're surface cleaning like this, like see how Tyler's going right here, he's rinsing always towards the grass and pushing all the debris and all the sand into the grass. Because if you push all the debris from the top of the driveway down to the end of the driveway, you just have this big, muddy, sandy debris pile that you have to clean up at the end. And we always clean from property line to property line, all in through the street. So if we do it like this, we get as much sand and debris out into the grass as possible. By the time we get to the driveway, there's barely anything down there. We clean it up right into the sewer. So now I'm gonna post treat for these lines. You can see all the lines here, and we're just putting down 3%. And look at this, just after about 30 seconds. See how the lines are all turning like a lighter tan color now? Now you can see we post-treated. It's only been about a minute. Most of these lines are already faded out. And we don't even have sun yet. So once the sun hits this, all these very faint lines are gonna just blend right in. So you don't have to sit here and worry about going over the concrete 3 or 4 times and back and forth. As long as you have a good soft wash system to do a post-treatment, it's going to take care of the rest for you. So this is about six minutes in. You can see the lines are almost gone. Still have a little bit over here, but as this continues to dwell, these are going to disappear. And these jobs are in my neighborhood, so I know that they disappear because I drive past them all the time. It'll be gone. This is 15 minutes into the dwell. You can see pretty much everything is gone. There's pretty much no lines left, and it's still a little wet. I'll give it another 10 minutes and it's gonna be perfect. All right, we are on our second job. It is now 9 o'clock, and this is the same property management company that had us do the last driveway, had us do this house wash. So you can see the gutters are real bad. Most of that's probably going to come off with a regular house wash mix, but as Tyler is going around and spraying the house, I'm just going to go ahead and hit it with a brush real quick so we don't have to sit here and try to spray all that stuff off. So just a quick house wash mix on this and then a light brushing and we should be out of here. All right, so we're just finishing up this house wash now. It's actually only $9.50. And you can see, got all those gutters cleaned up. There's some rust stains from nails. There's a bunch of nail pops there, but this was a quick wash. We were actually only supposed to do the gutters here, but I ended up just doing the whole house, but because you can't really do the gutters without doing the house. I try to explain that to customers, but this is a repeat customer for a property management company. So I gave him a little bit of a deal. To do the whole house gutters was around $275. And the house is, I mean, it's a small house. It's like 1,500 square foot, not a lot. It's just a box. So, you know, as you can see, super easy to clean. So as I just sprayed the SH on the gutters, I just hit the walls real quick and it wasn't even really moldy. So not a big deal for me. But you can't really do the gutters without doing the house because you spray SH on the gutters, all that overspray and residual is going to hit the walls, it's going to drip down, and you're going to get lines everywhere. So try to remember that when you go and bid gutter cleanings. Can't really just do the gutters. You could do it with just water and maybe some soap and a brush, but I always steer the customer away from just doing gutters and sell them on a whole house wash. So one thing we always do here at Stallone's Pro Wash when we do house washes is we remove screens, especially if they can be taken out from the outside. So look inside this screen here, all that mildew and gunk, that's not going to come out with a regular house wash. If you want to get value out of your house washes and you want to charge $500, $600, $700 for a house wash, these are the things that you should be doing. Yeah, you can go ahead and spend $200 and $300 and charge them for a house wash, spray some SH on, rinse everything off. But we're doing professional exterior cleaning. So we're going to take these window screens off. When we spray with SH, my assistant goes around. He just gives the bottom of these sills a quick scrub to make sure everything comes off. And it's easy as this. So let me turn this camera around so you can see. So I just have a screwdriver here that I've bent on a vise, and you just basically pop it in this bottom, lift it, pull. Pop it in the bottom, lift it, pull. And the screen's gonna pop right out. Look at all that. Now if you're one of these guys that are like, oh, I don't leave my truck for $200 minimum, or I don't leave my house for $300 minimum, and you go and charge $700 for a house wash and you're not taking off the screens and you're leaving all this behind, it's poor work. It's poor work. So take the screens off. If they don't come out from the outside, have the customer do it. It takes literally 5 seconds. You lift and you pop, lift and you pop. I did it with one hand. Look at that. It came right out. So Tyler's going around the house right now doing property protection. He's just over there taking pictures, making sure that all the windows are sealed. There's no broken windows. And I'm just going around. Literally, look, one hand. That's it.
Not weather rated. It's just accidentally.
Yeah, so that's, yeah, this just goes to the light, so let's unplug this and get a cover on that. So these are good. Sometimes what you'll notice is that these seals behind here don't seal right, and when the water drips down, it'll actually fill this with water. So just be careful with that. You got some remotes here that have to be covered.
Do they have to be covered, or do you just move them out?
Yeah, we can move them away.
That seems
Just
like
wrap them in plastic.
Yeah.
So we will have to probably move this furniture out of here because we got to get this carpet out. Or we can just cover this whole thing in plastic too. Might be easier to do that. So if the window screens don't come out from the outside, we ask the customer to take them out. If they don't take them out, then that would be on them. We really have no choice to do that. We've had some rental properties before that have wanted the window screens to be taken out, and the property manager has given us the code for the property. So we went in and we took out the screens. But we mop and squeegee all the windows. You can see, Tyler, even though these have a flap under here for the electrical outlet, we still cover them. We make sure that this is a 1 penny piece of plastic. I mean, it might not even cost that. So I rather do that than their water get in there, and then the customer comes outside and they're like, "Oh, my outlet keeps tripping," and then you can't find it, and then you gotta go and blow out all the outlets with a leaf blower. Even the little doorbell, we have little latex covers for the doorbell. Cover that doorbell up. Locks are taped and sealed so no water gets in there. And we only take the window screens out on the first story windows only. If the customer wants to upgrade and get those second story windows cleaned, then that's a separate charge. But usually there's not a whole lot of buildup on the second story, and the customers are usually pretty fine with how clean it gets, because we use a good surfactant that has a really nice rinse aid in it, and the windows usually always come out sparkling. So that's a house pre-inspection list, and that's how we get the house ready for washing. All right, so we're gonna do a house wash now. We've already prepped the house. We've gotten whatever we needed covered in plastic, doorknobs covered. We've gotten ring doorbells covered, outlets covered. And I wanna show you how this proportioner system works. So we have our soap right here, and we only need a little bit of soap. Now, you'll hear a lot of guys on here saying, "Oh, I only use Dawn dish soap. I only use laundry detergent. That surfactant is a big waste of money." Okay? Well, I have this soap tank here which holds 7 gallons of soap. It's called Apple Blossom Surfactant. Okay, see how thick and concentrated that is? You only need a little bit. And it is so strong with the cherry scent. It has just an unbelievable amount of cherry scent to it that we always get great compliments from our customers about how the house doesn't smell like bleach. I know that you guys are using Dawn or you're using laundry detergent. That does not mask the scent of bleach. And you only need a little bit. So that 7 gallons will probably last me about 8 months. I put it in there once. It's called Traxman or Apple Blossom Surfactant, and it lasts me 8 months. I don't have to keep going to the store and buying Dawn dish soap and laundry detergent just because it's cheap. I buy that, it's the right stuff, it works great. It has a color marking dye, so it comes out pink, real nice and soapy. And look, on my proportioner, I'm just going to about the 3rd notch there, barely anything. And then on my SH is my chlorine tank right here. I got currently 90 gallons in there. I'm just going to go to about the 3rd notch there. and that's going to give me about a 1.5%. Now, we're going to do this whole house without a pressure washer. It's going to be, the chemicals are going to be applied with the soft wash system, the Comet P40. And when I get about 75% done, I'm going to shut the chemicals off and we're going to rinse with the P40. It's all going to be done with the same machine. So put the engine in bypass. You got a bypass system right there. And turn on the engine. All right. I put some brushes over there for you. So as I go and I spray the house, just hit the bottom of the window sills with the brushes.
Okay. That water faucet on the other side was like untouchable.
Oh, really? So you see, we got all the screens out. And as I spray this, Tyler's gonna go by and he's just gonna hit this with the brush. You don't wanna be spraying with a pressure washer at that mold and mildew, because you're gonna break the seals, you're gonna get water into the customer's house. I'm using the soft wash gun. This is plenty enough pressure. And I got 200 feet of hose. So we're gonna wrap all the way around this whole building. Okay? This is where we're starting. Now I'm gonna takes about 30 seconds for the soap to come out, so I'll come right back when the soap comes out. All right. Now take a look at how much soap is coming out with just that little bit of surfactant that I put in there. That's plenty. So really what we're doing is we're hitting these gutters. You can see the gutters are real black. That's it. That's all you need. You don't need to be blasting it and soaking everything. So as you hit this, the first coat should just be a mist. We're just making sure that we coat everything in the chemical. I'm going to spray from that side. Now, the fan will hand clean the fan. So we'll get a rags and we'll get brushes to go around the fan. But as you can see, I'll spray around the fan and not directly to it. And that's it. You just want to get a quick mist on this. You're just getting one quick coat. You're not trying to soak it. You don't have to soak it. The surfactant is going to do the job. You see how the surfactant's sticking on that glass? You just spray it with straight SH, it's going to run. Don't tell me it's not going to run. We see it all the time. It runs. The surfactant is going to help it stick, and that's what's going to make it last longer. You're just getting a quick coat. Making sure we hit these windows. Now, another great thing about having a soft wash system and using this gun is you can hit every angle of the house without changing any nozzles. So, you know, these guys will swear by a J-rod, and I've used J-rods before, but you can't do this here with a J-rod. And that's it, done. You can hit the house on a long stream J-rod, but you can't fan it out. So watch, let me show you a perfect example. Long stream. I'm gonna hit this whole top. Covering everything up there. That's coated. Now I'm going to fan, right into the fan. Now I just covered all this. Now I'm going into a nice mist. Now I'm just gonna mist. Now I'm just gonna mist this area. We don't need to soak it. We're just getting a nice coating on it. Remember, the surfactant is what's going to keep it wet, keep the detergent working. All right, so this is the last section of the house that we have left. I have the chemicals turned off, so what I'm doing is just releasing whatever is left inside of this hose to finish off this little section of the house. All right, now I should be at water, and I'm gonna start here. Just gonna give myself a little extra. Start on the back of this house and start rinsing. Okay. Okay. Now you see how there's not a whole lot of runoff from my chemical. I had the carpet here covered, so you're not getting big puddles of chemical on the floor. So now when we rinse, we're rinsing around the fan and to the edges. Okay, now that side's good. Now I'll hit it from this side. Can you get the brush to scrub these daubers? So it's 11:30 right now. We're just getting done. Tyler has already mopped and squeegeed all the windows. He's wiping the sills, and we're gonna get all the screens put back in. I'm just going around with a bottle of the house wash mix on any little spots that I see that might need a little spraying. There's a little spot up there. But other than that, it's all ready to go. You can see these windows here. These were the ones that were real dirty. Look at the shine off of them now. We always mop and squeegee all the windows. You know, I see guys on here going, oh, well, if you take the screens off, that's an upcharge. You got to upsell the screen cleaning. You know, if I clean the windows, that's an upcharge. That's like getting your car detailed, and every little thing they do, they charge you extra. Like, oh, we're gonna pay $5 for each mat, and we're gonna pay $10 to clean the steering wheel. If you're gonna charge a premium price, you know, if you want to provide value and a premium price for your house washes, do a house wash. If you want to go and say, oh, the people are only willing to pay $200, $300 for a house wash, that's because that's the type of house wash you're providing. My customers, they're okay with spending $500, $600, $700 for a house wash because they know we're going to take care of all the little nooks and crannies. We're taking screens off. We're mopping, squeegeeing all the windows, cleaning all the screens, cleaning around fans, making sure all the outlets are covered, making sure no water gets in any of the outlets so they can go and plug things back in. We're not just spraying bleach on the house and leaving. So if you want to provide a premium house wash, do a premium house wash. So if you want to charge for a premium house wash, you know, these guys saying, oh, I charge, how much do I charge? How much do I charge? You charge how much you are going to provide. The value that you're going to provide to the customer is how much you should charge. There's Honda Civics and there's BMWs. Which one are you going to be? All right, so we're just wrapping up this job now. I got Tyler's going around the neighborhood. He's doing door hangers. I always put a yard sign in here. Put a yard sign right in the front. Got the truck that all the neighbors have seen. It's all about the branding, so we're putting that brand all over the neighborhood. Then the last touch is we always leave a personalized thank you card for our customers. Usually we leave it in the mailbox, but customer here doesn't have a mailbox, so I'm just going to put it right in this door. just like that. I'm actually gonna hit this door. I'm gonna wipe it dry. I always like to have a dry door before I leave. Kind of leave spots if you don't dry it. But that's it. It's about 11:48. So it took us about an hour. So right now, today we've had a driveway and 2 house washes, and we're about to hit one more driveway. And that should take us, it's a little bit of a drive. We got about a 30-minute drive to that driveway, but it should take us only about 20 minutes.